Hi, my name is FATHAN from SMAN DRAMAGA. I am proud to be part of NSDC Senior High School's online selection 2025 Kabupaten Bogor. Good morning everyone, ladies and gentlemen, the honorable judges and my fellow participants. My name is FATHAN and I will act as the first speakers of the opposition bench. So now ladies and gentlemen, before I jump into my argument, I want you all to imagine. Imagine our homeland, the place where we grew up, the place where we play with our friends, suddenly get destroyed just like that. And this is what happened to thousands of people in Papua, ladies and gentlemen. So, first of all, the first speakers of the government bench doesn't actually say how will we manage our environment. She doesn't say the concrete solution that the government will give to us, but instead she mentioned about Indonesia Emas 2045, which doesn't actually related to nickel mining after all, because since Indonesia Emas 2045 means a golden generation that is related to education and not about nickel mining. So, the first speakers of the government bench failed to link up their argument to our motion today. So, ladies and gentlemen, however, we agree that nickel is a key materials in the sustainable energy transition. It's a raw material in the manufacture of electric vehicle batteries, which are on an important foundation in the electrification process in various countries. However, ladies and gentlemen, behind its contribution in sustainable energy, nickel mining activities in Indonesia also have significant negative impact on the environment and the society. Early 2025 recorded a number of ecological disasters suspected of being related to nickel mining activities, including the first one is flooding in Tomori Bay, North Morowali. The second is landslide in Tawi Village, and the last one is flooding in Bahodopi, Morowali. Since the government first speaker doesn't actually says the environmental impact of the nickel mining, that is why I'm telling you all that this is what happened in Indonesia, ladies and gentlemen. Environmental damage such as floods and landslides not only harm the environment but also local community who depends on nature for their life. Well, you support our local community, so why don't we banning our nickel mining, ladies and gentlemen? So, will we trust our government, ladies and gentlemen? Will we risk our environment and local community just for the just for
If you
the
are done recording,
just for
please do not interact yet with anyone or use
just
your
for
cell phone.
the government
But if
ambition,
you haven't
ladies
finished
and
recording,
gentlemen?
you must be done in less than 2 minutes.
That is all from me. Thank you.